Well, what do you know, Rams? It's just past 7 o'clock. You're up there. I'm down here. Same time of the week. Welcome to Bird's Eye View. I am Ethan Bird, and you're going to join me down on the floor. But this time I'm going to be standing on a different side of the TV. Kind of feel a little bit more comfortable over here. Now, I really did not want to break down CSU's loss to Boise State, mainly because if I had to look at that blue turf for another second, I may just keel over from the migraine that it causes. So, let's talk a little bit about CSU men's basketball, who is entering this year as the preseason 5th seed. Head coach Niko Medved had his thoughts on that.
The one thing that you know is always going to be constant, Jeff, is they have the preseason polls, but you probably know better than anyone being around the league. But when do they ever end up the way that they picked them in the preseason? So you know, and in any year it's like that. But gosh, in this year in particular, with everything going on, and so I'm not terribly concerned about it, and I don't really question our guys' motivation at all. But no, that's a question I know I'm going to get. But honestly, I hadn't even really paid much attention to it.
And Coach is exactly right. The Rams were projected as number 9 last year. It finished at the 6th seed. Now, a big part of not ranking higher could be the loss of Mountain West's best rebounder of all time, Nico Carvacho, and bench guys Hiron Edward and Chris Martin. But that doesn't faze the new face of the program, Isaiah Stevens.
I'm also very confident in what we're bringing in this year with Deshaun Thomas and James Moores. They also just bring a different skill set that maybe Nico didn't necessarily bring to our team, just as far as like perimeter threats and just different actions that we can do. But it's going to be hard to replace Nico and everything that he did as far as rebounding and inside presence that was physical and dominant. But I also like where we're headed to with our young guy.
Now, the Rams are entering a bit of a prove-it season after their first 20-win season since 2016-2017. Now, these are my 3 key players to make this season another success for the Rams. And at number 3, junior guard Kendall Moore. As the most tenured guard on this young team, it will be up to Kendall Moore to lead the young scorers. But what I think will be most intriguing will be his role on the team. With young sharpshooter Isaiah Rivera gunning for a starting role, Moore may just become the 6th man that the Rams so desperately need. Hiron Edwards and Chris Martin were good, but Kendall is one of the best defenders on this team and can be explosive from the 3-point line. And you'll have a hard time finding anyone who plays as hard as this guy, setting him up for what could be a Lou Will type season. Now coming in at number 2, my personal favorite athlete to watch at CSU, 6'5", all-court threat David Roddy. The sophomore had an impressive freshman season, playing in all 32 games and starting in 19 of them. Roddy's 11.4 points per game and 5.6 rebounds per game were impressive. Now that rebounding number will have to improve to make up for the void left by Nico Carvacho. While he may lead the nation in rebounding like he may not lead the nation in rebounding like Nico, Roddy is relentless in the paint and will be pivotal on the glass for the Rams. Not to mention, he had some of the best dunks of the season. Roddy will have an expanded role considering he can flex from guard to forward with ease. Now keep an eye on him this upcoming season. And last but certainly not least, the preseason All-Mountain West pick and last year's Mountain West Freshman of the Year, Isaiah Stevens. Stevens will be entering the season as the Rams' de facto best player, and rightfully so. He led the Rams in scoring at 13.3 points per game, complementing that with 4.5 assists per game. He also shot 30% from 3 and the team best 81.6% from the free throw line. Sorry, that's a lot of numbers. Now let me remind you, this guy was a freaking freshman, for goodness sake. And Stevens is a talented shooter and ball handler with some of the best eyes on the floor. Now, I would not be surprised if he contends for Mountain West Player of the Year for the rest of his tenure with the Rams. I mean, Coach Medved said it best last year. This guy just has it. Now, I could not go this week without another play breakdown because I had just so much fun last week. And since we are speaking about Isaiah Stevens, let's take a look at his game winner against Nevada last year. CSU basketball's best play of the whole season. Now, here's the situation that we're at. Rams down by 1. 4 seconds left. It's about a second per dribble. Isaiah takes 3, but he hits a step back, and this Nevada defender is just about to leave the frame, and that's a beautiful step back. Someone call the ankles ambulance. That is a two-pointer to go ahead. The fans are going to rush the court, and everybody's happy. Everybody's happy for one of the last pieces of Moby Madness before the pandemic, something that we can all cherish. Now, unfortunately, this may just be the last installment of Bird's Eye View, which is pretty crummy. But in the spirit of the season, I am deeply grateful. I get to tell some hard, important, and beautiful stories on this segment, and it has become a part of me and something that I will cherish for the rest of my career. It would not be possible without all of you. Thank you all for being such a part of this huge blessing, and thank you to my whole CTV family who make this happen. It would not be even close to possible without all of y'all. Now, this is all the time that I have for tonight. Have a great Thanksgiving, Rams. The CTV Pick'em Challenge is up next. I'm Ethan Bird.